At the end of the year before last, I got the not-so-great news that I had diabetes. I spent half a month in the hospital, and when I was finally discharged, the doctor gave me a prescription. 5,000 steps a day. Well, last year I pretty much ignored that advice. Fast forward to this year, and surprise, I've gained some weight. So back to the doctor I went, and he basically said, remember that walking thing I told you about? Do that. So starting today, I am forcing myself to hit that 5,000 step goal. To keep myself honest, I'm documenting the whole thing with my camera. Let's see how long this lasts. This area we're in is Haidian District, which is basically the brainiac hub of Beijing. Qing Road, the street we're on, has a name that's steeped in education and culture. Xingtan, or apricot alt, comes from the story of Confucius teaching under an apricot tree. So yeah, this road is basically a tribute to the OG teacher himself. As we walk north, you'll notice we're surrounded by universities and research institutes. There's Beijing Normal University, Beijing University of Posts and Telecommunication, University of Political Science and Law, and even the Beijing Film Academy. Keep going north and you will hit more big names like Beihang University, Beijing University of Science and Technology, and Peking University. It's like a who's who of higher education. This area is basically a magnet for scholars and students from all over the world. As we keep walking north, we'd all hit the North Third Ring Road. The buildings here are more modern, but if you look closely, you will still find pockets of old Beijing hiding in the alleys and courtyards. It's like the city is whispering its history to you as you walk. Over here we've got an express delivery distribution spot. These delivery folks, absolute legends. Rain, snow, or even the apocalypse, they're out there making sure your packages arrive on time. Seriously, during the COVID-19 pandemic, they were basically superheroes, keeping us all fed, stocked, and sane. We owe them way more than just a thank you. Now, if you look at the ground, it's like a mass of parts just chilling there. It might look like total chaos, but trust me, these guys know exactly where everything is. And the people walking by, they all carefully stepping around. Now, if we turn east here, we'll hit North Third Ring Middle Road. This is one of Beijing's major arteries connecting all sorts of important areas. It's a mix of business districts and fancy residential neighborhoods. Walking here, you get the best of both worlds, the hustle and bustle of a modern city and little glimpses of old Beijing culture. Fun fact, when I was a kid, the North Third Ring Road wasn't nearly this wide. The city has changed so much over the years. A few years ago, I worked right over there. Back in the day, this place was responsible for making film copies for the entire country. But, well, they didn't quite keep up with the times. While the rest of the world was going digital, they were still holding onto their film reels. Needless to say, they got left behind, and now the place is being turned into a cultural park. Moral of the story: don't fight progress. The era of artificial intelligence has arrived, and after 20 years of dubbing for movies, I am building something big. A dubbing big data model aimed at leading multilingual dubbing with rich emotions based on scenes and scripts. I have cooperated with experts from the Shanghai Film Dubbing Studio and the Chinese Academy of Sciences to train the model, and some tools have been put into use. In about a year and a half, we will cover every corner of the dubbing world: movies, games, animations, robot speech, and so on. But to truly scale up and become a global game changer, we need a little extra firepower. In short, I still lack some funds and hope investors would be interested in my project. If we take a right here, we will pass a middle school. Keep going, and you will hit the back gate of Beijing No-Speed University. I actually went to elementary school around here. There used to be a farmer's market in this area, but it got moved to Goten Road. On the right, you've got these little express delivery tricycles. Electric, three-wheeled, and basically the eco-friendly superheroes work. No pollution, tiny enough to zip through traffic, and safe as housing. Oh, and the best part, they're dirt cheap. We're talking 3,000 yuan, about $400, can haul 300 kilograms. Swing your eyes to the left, the bus stop. And also, there's a subway station just up ahead. Basically, this place is the poster child for convenience.
There's a shopping mall here, and all the storefronts are rented out. Up ahead on the right, you will see a brand new subway station. This is where Line 19 and Line 12 meet.
Line 19 runs from Wudian to Xingang, and Line 12 goes from Spherical Bridge to Dongba.
They just opened recently. Oh, and see that building over there? That's the infamous Zhenginggoda building, or as it's now called, Fuan International. This thing is the king of unfinished projects in Beijing.
Construction started way back in 2003.
And it was supposed to be this 30-story marvel. But well, it's been sitting there unfinished since 2012. It wiped the city, been a little monument to the bad timing.
As we keep walking along Spherical Outer Street,
we'll get to the east gate of Beijing Nospi University. This place is a big deal, founded in 1902.
It started as a Beijing University Normal Hall,
and is one of the birthplaces of modern higher education in China. It's known for its top-notch programs in education and psychology, and it's produced some seriously impressive alumni. Walking here, you can almost imagine the scholars of the past strolling through these streets. Oh, and if you're into history,
there's the Qing Dynasty ruins nearby.
It's a bit farther away, but you can still feel the weight of history in this area.
If we head south from here, we'll hit some historic streets like Spherical. This place was a place to be back in the Ming and Qing dynasties.
It was packed with shops, restaurants, and tea houses, basically the Times Square of old Beijing. The vivre here was lively, to say the least. And just like that, we are back where we started. Looking back on today's walk, it's amazing how much history and culture we've covered.
From the academic powerhouse of Beijing Normal University
to the modern hustle of the Capitol building and all the little stories in between, this area is a living, breathing snapshot of Beijing's past and future.
Thanks for joining me on this little adventure. Here's the many more walks and discoveries in this incredible city. Cheers, everyone!